What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... okay, we're coming back to Jinjer. Yes, indeed, Jinjer Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Okay, this is a request from Luis. I think he tried to say Psycho, but he didn't quite spell it right. Pisco or Pisco is how you spell it. P-Y-S-K-O. So I'm going to go with it. Luis Pisco. Let's go with that. Luis wanted to see me react to this song by Jinjer called Cloud Factory. Now, have I heard this song before? I very seriously doubt it. I just recently discovered Jinjer on this channel. And thanks, Nick. Again. Thanks a lot, Nick. You did to me again. You set me up, and I fell like a deck of cards. Or a house of cards, I should say. I don't believe I've heard this song before. I very seriously doubt it. Now look, there's always a chance I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, okay, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Napalm Records, naturally. And the video has 1.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. The link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What are you saying? Ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. Jinjer Cloud Factory official live video. Napalm Records. Okay, it's a live video, but it still has that word official in it. Anyway. All right. I'm expecting some good things. I remember I was actually really impressed with this band when I saw them the first time. So, I'm just hoping that they keep up with the trend. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
It's got a great groove. Great feels, especially from that drummer. Dear Lord. That drummer is doing some monster fills right now. Absolutely digging it. He is single-handedly pushing this song forward. He really is. I mean, he took the reins and is driving that stagecoach all the way to town. I mean, he's doing a great job. He really is. I'm absolutely digging everything the drummer's doing. Guitar and bass are doing a lot of unison work, and Whenever you have guitar and bass doing unison work, there's always the opportunity for what I like to call dead space. Now, what I mean by dead space is I don't mean there's nothing happening. Clearly, there's things happening. But in the background, behind the unison line, there's nothing. You know, there's that empty space where we could really use like a rhythm guitarist who would just, you know, play a chord and help fill it out. You know what I mean? Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, now, a lot of people are going to be like, you're being hypocritical. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just explaining what's happening there. When they're playing in unison, there is some empty space back there. Some dead space. Some dead air. And would it be nice to have someone come in, you know, like a guitar player or keyboard or something to fill out the sound? Of course it would be nice. Is it necessary? No, it's not necessary as long as what they are doing, as long as what the guitar and bass are doing is conducive to the song, and as long as their unison is clean and tight, then there really isn't any issue. I got no issue with what they're doing. It is clean, it is tight, and it is conducive to what's happening within the context of the song. So, got no issue with that. Let's keep going for now. I got more to say, but I want to get back to the song. So let's get back to it for now. But I already know what I'm going to say about the vocalist. Let's keep going. Back up a little bit. That was a nice little drum. I don't know if I would go as far to call that a drum solo, but definitely a drum feature there. Really nice. Really well done. And I like how he, again, used the opportunity to do that to show off a little bit, but at the same time kept in mind that he's got this next part coming. So he set it up with the ending of that fill. Very nicely done. Tastefully done. Her vocals. I've always said when it comes to vocalists, I love it when people are able to do that hybrid, that mix of grit and growl and melodic singing. When you're able to do both, it's fantastic. So I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's mostly melodic and then a little bit of grit and growl, or if it's mostly grit and growl with a little bit of melodic singing. I don't care. As long as they're both there, that's all that matters to me. When it's all grit and growl, there's no melodic line, there's no melodic undertones underneath it. It's just, no, I'm not a fan of that. She's doing a little bit of both here, but let me explain. So she's doing the clean. She did the clean melodic singing at the beginning. Now she's going into the grit and growl, but even within the grit and growl, she's got the melodic undertones happening within the grit and growl. It's still there. You gotta look for it a little bit. You have to do a little searching, but once you find it and you can lock into it, it's there, and your ear will definitely pick it up. Now she's doing that. She's doing that on her own and mixing that with the melodic singing. So her grit and growl has melody within it, which is really awesome. I dig her singing style. I really do. It's interesting to watch her doing it live. I know when I did the other one, Criminy, what was the name of the song? I filmed it so long ago, I don't remember. I filmed it like weeks ago. I don't remember the name of the song. But I did a reaction to them earlier, It's one that everybody said this should be your first stop, so it was. God, what was the name of it? But anyway, I remember listening to that, and I remember thinking to myself, can she do this live? Can she perform live and switch between the two? Switch between melodic singing and grit and growl on the fly, like she did in that recording session, or that recorded session, I should say. And I'm really thrilled to see that she can. She can do it live. I mean, obviously the recording session was a lot thicker, a lot cleaner, but this here is still really clean. It's really clean. And it sounds really good, so I'm digging it. Let's keep going here, shall we? Very strong melodic line singing right there. Lot of great use of dynamics in there as well. Having that kind of softer, slightly breathy on purpose vocal lines there that built into a belting, full, open jaw, open throat, drop jaw, open throat singing style. And that sounded really good. I love the progression there. Prior to her coming in with the vocals, we had that kind of breakdown where basic guitar, again, in unison, and then guitar kind of took off and did, I wouldn't call it a solo, more of like a feature, where he just did like 8 measures. I guess technically you could qualify that as a guitar solo, sure. You know, you could. I guess technically it is. But the bass was playing not, how should I put this? It wasn't playing unison, and it wasn't even counter melody. It was almost like a call and response, practically. You know, it worked. It absolutely worked. You know, he would sustain, and then when the guitar player would finish his phrase, the bass player would come in and answer with a little riff of his own. Then he would come back and go back into the background again. So that was cool. I dug that. Let's finish this off, and then we'll get to the review.
I just wanna grab what you got for me. Let's run this road on the road. It doesn't make anything wrong. Let's run this road on the road. It doesn't make anything wrong. Let's run this road to the moon. It doesn't make anything wrong. Let's run this road to the ground.
Sudden ending. Spasiba. So it's Russian. She's in either she speaks Russian or she's performing in Russia and she knows that word. Okay. I'll see you in the review. I don't want to give too much away right now. I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Jinjer with Cloud Factory. This was a request from Luis Pisco. We're gonna go with that. We're just gonna stick with that. Sorry, Luis, if I'm mispronouncing your name, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.9. Yep, 8.9. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let me start off, and this is gonna sound weird because if I'm not mistaken, the scores are not gonna add up. But I'm gonna give you my reasonings. I promise. For the record, I think I liked this song more than the first song, which I remember now is called Pisces. So I think I like this song more, actually. I do not remember the score I gave Pisces, but I do remember it was up in the 9s. It was in the low 9s. It was like 9.0, 9.1, 9.2, somewhere in there. So, but I liked this song better. So why the 8.9? I'm going to get to that in a second. I promise. Let me start off with all the good things that I heard. Okay, first and foremost, let's just get it out of the way. The drummer stole the show on this. I'm sorry. I know there's going to be people who disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But in my personal opinion, the drummer stole the show on this. Why? Because he had some amazing fill work, some fantastic setups, some great feels in what he was pulling off, some fantastic tom work too. I mean, don't get me wrong, his cymbal work was fine. I'm not the biggest fan of cymbals. You know, if you're going to do cymbal work and try to impress me, it better be very impressive because I'm not the biggest fan of them. I'm far more impressed by great tom work than I am great cymbal work. And this guy has some, like I said, amazing runs. Just some amazing runs while keeping the foundation and staying true to the form and format of the song. Staying conducive to the feel of the song. So I gotta give all the praise in the world to the drummer. The drummer was phenomenal. Guitar and bass, I kind of held them on the same par here because a lot of what they were doing was unison. A lot of what they were doing was simultaneous. So you had a lot of unison lines in this, which is perfectly fine. I talked about it earlier about having that dead space back there. But like I said, in this context, it was okay. Like it didn't turn me off. It didn't leave me, you know, sitting there going, oh God, please fill in the dead space. No, it didn't do that. What they were playing was still conducive to the song. It sounded fine. It did sound a little thin, I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't so thin that it made me cringe. You know what I mean? It sounded, I won't go as far as to say it sounded amazingly full, but it was full enough. How about that? Love the bass tone on that. I do. The bass tone that he was using, it had just a little bit of bite, a little bit of, just a tiny little bit of overdrive to it, which is really cool. But it had enough high end to keep it, you know, keeping that bite, which was really nice, and not get muddy. The guitar playing on this, really nicely done. Very conducive to the song, like I said earlier, but great tone, great feel, great technique in the right hand, getting exactly what he wanted to get out of the guitar with the right hand. I know everybody's always so impressed with what the left hand does. Guys, don't get me wrong, left hand's important, okay? It is. That's how you figure out what chords you're going to play, what notes you're going to play, what scale you're going to play, what arpeggio you're going to play. I get it. The left hand figures all that out. But what a lot of people fail to realize is the right hand, in my opinion, is more important because you can have all the correct notes laid out. You can have all the correct, you know, chords laid out. You can have the perfect arpeggios all set to go. But if your right hand is stumbling and bumbling and playing too hard, playing too soft, not playing with the right amount of finesse, it doesn't matter. It just does not matter because the right hand's going to butcher it. So, in my opinion, the right hand is more important than the left. That's just me. I know there's going to be people who disagree. Perfectly fine. You are more than welcome to disagree with me if you want. I'm just saying that I personally think right hand's more important. The vocalist, she really stepped up on this. I remember somewhere in the Pisces reaction I did, I remember making the comment of, can she do this live? She basically said, hold my beer, challenge accepted, watch this. And she did. She absolutely delivered on everything I was wondering about. Can she flip between melodic and grit and growl? Can she keep the melodic undertones in the grit and growl? Can she do it on the fly? Can she do it on command? Can she still do it with a full voice? Can she still do it while staying in pitch? And she did all the above and then some. So I cannot knock her. I cannot knock her. She did a fantastic job on this. On top of that all, I feel like this was far more conducive to my style of music. This is where things are going to get complicated though. I know I gave Pisces a low 9. I'm giving this an 8.9. Why? I hate to say it, but I came into this with a certain level of expectation. I did. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. But the fact of the matter is, I did come into this with some expectation because I heard and I remember what they did on Pisces, and I remember being very impressed by the musicianship and the vocals too, but really more than anything I was impressed by the musicianship on Pisces. And I came into this wondering and hoping and to some extent expecting that same level, and they delivered. They absolutely delivered. Did it blow my mind? No, it didn't blow my mind because, like I said, I had that expectation. Is it fair? No, but that's life, you know? That's life. They're still getting an 8.9, which is the highest great score you can get before you go up into the 9s, okay? I personally liked this song, and like I said, I liked this song more than I liked Pisces. If I could go back in time, I would have given Pisces the 8.9 and I would have given this the 9.1. But I can't do that. I cannot change my score. I have to stand by what I say, and I'm going to stand by the score that I gave. So Pisces still stays with the 9.1, 9.2, whatever. I'm going to say 9.1 because I knew it was 9.0, 9.1, or 9.2. So just for the sake of argument, let's just say 9.1, okay? Maybe I'm a little off, but something tells me I'm right about the 9.1. But in any case, I'm going to stick with it because I have to. Otherwise, my credibility as a judge goes right down the toilet. So I have to stay with that 9.1, whether I want to or not. I got to. So that's why I'm giving this the 8.9. I did dig this song. I absolutely did. I would absolutely listen to this song again in a heartbeat. So it's going on my playlist. It's absolutely going on my playlist. Definitely driving around town. Definitely driving to Vegas. I hesitate to put it on my gym playlist because there are those parts where it gets mellow, and the last thing I want when I'm working out is to get mellow. You know what I mean? I don't want to get mellow. I want to stay up and I want to stay energized, and mellow songs are just not gonna do it for me. I'm sorry. So maybe not the gym, but I'm gonna still listen to this on my own in my own time many times to come. So 8.9 final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.